Alright, I've got a sore foot today, so I don't know what's going on. Had to park a bit further back. This is going up into Rocky Gully, Rocky Pool. The way I came out the other day, I'll go back in that way and then come out a different way. So that'll be like 6 different paths that I've walked to get up into Rocky Pool. But this time had to park quite a long way back because there's a lot of people out here bushwalking. It's about 24 degrees actually. It's really quite nice out here. Birds are all out chirping away. I could almost have should have put a pair of shorts on. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Alright, this little track here, we'll actually follow this all the way to the top of a saddle. Can't see it from here, there's an eagle up there. This road base, we'll follow this. Instead of going to the left, we'll go to the right, up through a gate, over the top of a saddle, down on the other side, across the creek, and then we're pretty much at Rocky Pool. On the way back, we'll come down a track that sort of follows the power lines for a little bit, I believe, and then drops off. But we'll see how we go. As you might be able to see, all the wildflowers are coming out. Alright, we turn right just up here. Okay, went past the bushwalkers. The track just out there to the left on here. We come through a gate and turn right, and it goes up behind this hill. That's the one I'm going to come back on. This one goes up this sort of valley, up to the top of the saddle, drops off the back, goes down to Peace Brook, and from there, I think it's only about 300 metres up the track or something, or 200 metres up the track, and you're at Rocky Pool. Very easy to walk this little bit. Once the road base stops, it does get a bit rocky and not very nice to walk on. And then when you get to the saddle, it drops off quite steeply and then sort of flattens out again. But we'll show you that in a minute. Alright, that's where the road base stops, and you can see a bit ahead of it that it's a little bit rocky, a rough track. I don't know if you can see the GPS, try and get it somewhere. Arrows where we are, just going up there. We've got about 500 metres to go up this track before we get to the top of the saddle. And I notice over there, there's a track over there, which is the one I think that we're going to come back on. It doesn't look very appealing. If it's really bad, there is a cutaway. We're going to go up a hill and follow this track down through the valley. But if this is really rocky and horrible, there is a little cutaway that comes back onto this track here, and we'll come back this way. Lots of power lines. It's like a spider's web up there. Wouldn't want to be doing power line surveys because you'd be spending most of your time looking out for all the other wires. Anyway, 500 metres to go to the top of the hill. There you go, we're almost at the top, and the last little bit, probably 150 metres, it just suddenly goes up. So from there, it's just a gentle grade, basically going up the valley, and just before you get to the top, all of a sudden it pops up. It's like the same on the other side. It was a relatively easy walk coming around and up, and then that last little bit, it's just a steep little climb up over the top of the ridge, or the saddle. Anyway, we'll make it. Lots of flowers out here. There's orchids around here as well coming out too, but I haven't seen orchids from the track. They're probably off in the bush. And you never know, there might be gold here. Someone did have a gold mine up Peace Valley, which is the next valley. They reckoned he never found anything, but then if I was digging for gold out here, I probably wouldn't tell anyone that I found gold either. Ooh, this last little bit gets you. And it's still that rocky, it's not very good walking. They should have put some of that road base on this last bit, made it easier over the crest. Alright, we're nearly there. I'm sure if you zoomed in, you'd be able to see millions of ants going down through there. Nice warm day. And they're out from their nest and they're looking for food. And I don't want to be their first dinner for spring. Mountain bike trail going that way. It splits a bit further up and goes into two downhills. There's one just there as well. It goes up through there. Hill there, and we're on the saddle in between the hills, about to go down into Peace Valley. I was going to say something, can't remember what I was going to say. We turn left just here. If you turn right, this is a little track that comes around the edge of the hill onto the track that I'm going to come out on. So the climb out of the valley, if that's really rocky and horrible, I might scoot around this track and come out here and then go down the easy track on the way home. I don't know if you can see it, but this is getting quite steep again, just at the before the crest of that hill, or the saddle. And then it flattens out a little bit at the bottom, which is would have been nice. They could have contoured the road, I guess, and sort of made it weave along and just gradually go down into the valley. But you get what you get. Alright, tons of that white bush. I always used to call it, end up in here, I always used to call it soap bush. I don't think it is. I honestly can't remember the name of it. And these little yellow ones everywhere. Alright, this will test my knees out going down the hill. And probably about 400 metres that way, up that valley there, is Rocky Pool. So it's not too far, and walking up that valley I just walked up, it's actually relatively easy. I don't know what the walk back's going to be like. I looked at it, looked at the contours and that, and I went, it's got a bit of a steep climb up out of this valley. Probably, hopefully like this track I guess, but you never know. And then once it gets to the top, or the other side of that hill there, it sort of flattens off as it comes down the hill. Alright, we've just come down that track from the saddle up there. We're going to go straight ahead, but if you turned left here, you'd go up around the ridge line there. You can hear people. Probably up at the Rocky Pool, I guess. Yep, you go up that track there where those people are, and that comes around to the dam and then back to the car. This one down to the bottom, across the creek, a couple hundred metres up, you've got the Rocky Pool on the right. And we are going to walk back where that noise is, over there. Alright, we'll get to Rocky Creek for you. Rocky Pool. I think this is Peace Brook. I'm not sure. Still got a fair bit of water coming down it. See the road over there that I'm going to go up. Yeah, wouldn't have a clue. I think it is, because it comes out from over that way, which is where Peace Brook is, and Rocky Pool. Anyway, we will find out. Okay, that's the track that I've just come up. You can see the power lines. There is a supply or service track that goes winding its way up the hill there. We don't take that one. We go up to the right there, and a couple hundred metres up there, Rocky Pool. And on the way back, we're going to go down this one, across that little river. You can see someone way down there. And we're going to go to the right of that power line. Sorry, the left of that power line, if the track works, according to the map. Alright, just come down that track. I'm going to go down that little walk track. Might be able to see all the people here. This is Rocky Pool, and people in there swimming. Obviously I won't go down and film around people. I'll try and stay out of the way, but give you a look into the pool from the top of the rock. If I don't go and end up on my ass. There you go. Not a bad little spot, little waterfall going into the pool. It's not a deep pool. There's people everywhere. Not a very deep pool, but it's certainly a really nice spot, a good spot for a swim. Alright, now I've got to get back, and I've got to go up over that hill. There's supposed to be a service track that goes up over those power lines, so I know the first bit's pretty steep, and it should flatten out on the way back down the other side. And I'm actually standing on a cave. There's a rock here and it's undermined, so if it's wet you can always crawl under there and stay dry. Hopefully I'm far enough away from these people so you can't figure out who they are. Alright, that was a Rocky Pool. I've got to get up over that hill somehow. Not looking forward to that bit, but it is a home run. So back down the track, chuck a left at the bottom, then a right. Should take me up over that hill there. Well, we'll see.